Ooh. Okay. Oops, wrong one. And there we go. Okay. Oh boy.
Hey.
Okay, hiccup. Damn it. That's one for the hiccup counter. Okay.
Why do you hiccup so much, Henry?
Because I can't burp.
Do you need to mirror me? I look mirrored on your screen.
Alright.
My bangs are the wrong way.
Right. I'll fix that. Hmm. Transform. Flip horizontal. Uh-oh. Right. I need to crop the thing out.
Oh yeah, my dimensions are like 4 by
Okay.
3 or something.
Okay. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
Okay. Sorry for starting late. I was encountering some internet related difficulties, but we got that out of the way, so we are back.
Yeah.
And just an extra note, Foxtrots, I'm trying some new mic settings, so if there's anything off, please tell me so I can fix them right away. But that aside, こんばんは。ようこそ、ようこだよ。私の配信へようこそ。Yes, welcome to this episode of Shrine Talk. It's now episode 8.
Wow.
Yep, episode 8 of Shrine Talk. And we are here with Mariva. And we are going to talk about Tekken 7.
Oh boy, what a surprise.
What a surprise. Hang on. You're a bit pixelated on my end.
Yeah, I wonder why. I don't know. Oh.
Nope. It's because, no, not pixelated. It's like your image is way too sharp. I think my dimensions are too small. No, it's not. The heck?
Oh, it says on the website that my video is currently outputting at 640 by 360.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I'm not 1080.
I see.
Let me see how. Well, I made it 1080.
Let me refresh it by reducing your dimensions by 1 pixel.
Oh wait, it didn't do it. Oh, there we go. I had to press a button.
And then we refresh it again. Oh wait, no, I don't want to commit that same mistake.
It just won't come on, dude. Refresh.
I'll just wait for OBS Ninja to fix itself. But anyhow, let
maybe
me briefly describe what our goals are for today for this episode of Shrine Talk. Let's see. Okay, so you and I both know that Tekken 7 is arguably the best fighting game there is, or at least to get into, in particular. So we are gonna try and tell our audience why. And of course, we want to inform our viewers why Tekken 7 is the most exciting fighting game right now and in the esports scene in particular.
Very much so.
Another is Tekken 7 is practically a subgenre of its own, which is 2.5 or 3D. So we're gonna explain this unique trait and how it sets it apart from other fighting games.
Yeah.
Yes. Another is we want to share our audience our favorite moments in Tekken history, and lastly, our outlook on Tekken moving forward from Tekken after Tekken 7 Season 4. Okay,
Very exciting.
so first
Very.
things first, Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe this game to a person who has never played or watched Tekken?
Have they played other fighting games?
I mean, of course I have,
I
but
mean, no. Like, how would I? Like,
the audience, you can make a scenario for both.
true,
Both who
true.
have never played a fighting game or those who are aware of other fighting games but not Tekken.
Right. Well, I try to go basic if they didn't know anything about fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, um, Tekken is a fighting game that is different from other fighting games in that it's three-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Most fighting games are structured along one axis of like left to right, and there are limits to the stage on those sides. And Tekken is a 3D fighter, meaning stages are going to be in normal like three-dimensional dimension.
Mm.
You can move closer, you can move like in circles around each other, sidestepping, not just going forward, back. Um, so that makes it different from games like Street Fighter or Guilty Gear or whatever, where a lot of the focus is mostly on forward, back, and jumping movement, right?
Mm.
While Tekken cares more about fighting on the ground and more on spacing and poking rather than about the jump and mix up projectile ishness of other fighting games. It's
Mm.
more, yeah, I'd say it's more of a grounded game. There's still lots of weird bullshit, but it doesn't mean it doesn't it is more or less a down to earth kind of fighting game.
Mm. Well, how I would describe Tekken to someone who has played a fighting game before but not Tekken 7, I would tell them it's a more grounded type of fighting game. You're not zipping on the air or across the map unless you're a Mishima or someone with a wave dash.
Or
But
yeah.
even then, you're not blazingly fast like Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, Blast Blue, Hell Even, Smash Bros. Characters. And your button inputs are very intuitive in that each button is tied to a limb. The left arm, the right
Right.
arm, the left leg, and the right leg. It's very intuitive.
I forgot to tell people.
And of course, the special trait of Tekken is that I honestly do not consider Rage to be a super, but there are no special bars.
Yeah, no meter.
There's no meter.
For
There's
most
not much
people.
mix-up involved in Tekken. We will disagree. We'll properly describe what type of mix-ups there are in Tekken 7. But if you compare mix-ups in 2D fighters compared to Tekken, they are very different. So I understand why you're saying that there is not much mix-up involved in Tekken, but there is. There very much is. And I will,
Oh yeah.
Mariva and I will explain later why.
I mean, in a 2D sense, I still think well, we'll talk about it later.
Even in a 2D sense, I can still say that Tekken does have mix-ups, but we'll explain it later.
Yeah.
All right, Tekken. Next question for Tekken. I think one of the more important questions. So Mariva, what did the Techno Neko first play in the Tekken franchise?
I technically have two answers. Because the first one I ever tried playing that like I came across because like my family friend had a PS1 was Tekken 2. And that was the first one I played. And it was like I have like a strong memory of hearing my dad friend, my tito, telling my dad about Tekken. Specifically about Heihachi and how he really loves his wooden slippers. And that's like my earliest memory of Tekken is hearing that.
Asians and Southeast Asians and chinelas.
Yeah, he had like his chinelas on stuff, and it was cute. But that wasn't. I didn't buy like Tekken 2 to really like get into it. The game I really got into was Tekken 3, and I played a lot of Tekken 3. I played every character in the game. I really wanted to learn every character in the game.
Mm.
I think at one point, as a child, my goal was to be good at playing Mokujin.
Nice.
So
That is very respectable.
I really wanted to know how to play every character.
Okay.
And
Wait. I'll just go on a tangent a bit here. So picking Mokujin is not like picking a random character in other fighting games. For
yes,
example, if
totally.
you were to pick a random, if you were to select random in Guilty Gear, the game will pick a character at random for you for the next match. Mokujin is a special case. Like you can pick random in Tekken, it'll give you a character, one character at random. That's who you're gonna play in the next match. But Mokujin is something else. Mokujin gives you a new character every round.
Every round.
Round.
And it's random.
And it's random every round. And people like Filipino Tekken players in particular like throwing around this joke that Josie is not the very first Filipino character. It was actually Mokujin. Because he was cut from a Nara tree, remember?
Yeah. Oh my god.
But in terms of like actual character, then yeah, Josie is the first Filipino character. But if we are including like technicalities, then Mokujin is the first. All right. You were saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I really like. I played every character in Tekken 3. But let me try and remember like who my main when I like using the most. I think I first started liking using Law because it was really easy to do his flip kick. Everybody likes Law's flip kick.
You just have to press what? 4 and 3 at the same time?
Yeah, it was just 3+4 back then in Tekken 3.
Yep, I remember.
Now it's like a fucking hold up forward and forward or something.
Yep.
But back then the character I made the most was Lei. I think it was Lei. I think it was Lei Xiaoyu. One of those two, or both. You know, probably both.
I see.
But yeah, I really like Tekken 3, but but I didn't start playing it really competitively. Like, I wasn't tryharding yet. It was just an arcade game in my head. The game I really started taking super seriously was 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, because
back when it was, in my opinion, still budding into the scene, because at the time Street Fighter 4 was already out, but Tekken was still in the shadows at that time.
But you know, locally Tekken was always like king here in the Philippines.
Of course.
So it was like even internationally, it was like on the come up. It was already the biggest thing. When 6 came out, it was still huge.
If there's one advantage, if there is one advantage that Tekken has on top of other fighting games, is that at that time when consoles were a thing, people did buy consoles just for Tekken.
Yeah. I remember I was in like 7th grade, and Tekken 6 just came out. Like, it had just released, and I went over to Time Zone, the arcade, because I heard it come out, and I think that the crowd was like surrounding like the 2 cabinets they had at the Time Zone I went to. It was like there were like almost 30 people back there in the back of the arcade waiting to play Tekken 6. And I lined up, I waited my turn. And I think the first character I chose was Bob.
Bob and his freaking coop chop.
But you know, I didn't know about the chop. All I saw with Bob was that he was huge.
Speed and weight.
He was huge and he was fast. And I was like, that's fucking sick. Like, that's so weird for a fighting game character. I've never seen like a fat ass fighting game character before.
Yeah.
I was really interested in it, so I picked him, and I was like, damn, he's like flipping and shit. I love this guy. I don't think I mained him, but he always had a special place in my heart.
Mm.
after that. But yeah, and I went to the arcade so often that summer that I knew how to do bound combos and shit. Like no one taught me. I like trial and error so many characters just to learn these fucking combos.
Mm.
And yeah, I didn't really ever learn like the fundamentals of it with Tekken. Really until 7. Honestly, that's when I really started grinding like the actual because I had it all the time. I didn't have to go to the arcade anymore.
I see. Okay. Well, for me, I started Tekken 3.
Yeah, yeah,
At that time, my brother was playing Tekken a lot with his friends,
yeah.
and I was already a gamer at that time.
Mm,
But I was not into fighting games yet. But my brother needed a decent sparring partner to practice. So,
right.
since I was the only other sibling he had, he introduced me to fighting games, and the first one was, well, Tekken 3. He was a king main, and I just gravitated around Paul just because I thought he was funny. How, oh, he has a really cool biker outfit and he has a ridiculously tall hair. Like,
His hair is so good.
his hair
Everyone
does
must love
not
that.
make any sense, but it is cool.
It's not supposed to.
Yeah, it's not supposed to, but it's just hilarious. I just look
It's
at that
great.
and I'm
It's so
just
great.
like
I'm
I
sure
think
there's like
hairdressers
yeah.
would kill for the gel that he uses.
Yeah. I'm sure there's like a lot of people who pick Paul for the hair.
Mm. Well,
I
at that
started I
time, I did
actually
not even know what the Death Fist was.
oh yeah.
Now, back then, the command list did not demonstrate the move for you. You had to do the move to actually see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So when I saw Death Fist, I'm like, oh wait, no, it wasn't called the Death Fist. It was called the Phoenix Smasher, if I'm not mistaken. Um, the
It's never
Phoenix,
officially called the Death Fist, right?
yeah, I don't think it was called the Death Fist. Yeah, the FGC just dubbed it the Death Fist for obvious reasons. But yeah, when I found out like Phoenix Smasher, I said, oh, Hadouken motion too. And I just saw the amount of damage it dealt, and I'm like, uh,
It's so stupid.
is
Fuck
this
fucking
fair? And after of course, like I was very young then, so my brother still kicked my ass.
yeah.
Come Tekken 4 though, no, as early as Tekken Tag, because Tekken Tag on the PS2 came out before Tekken 4. Come Tekken Tag, it was a whole different story. I was the one whooping his ass. And then Tekken 4 was when it culminated. That was when he regretted teaching me Tekken. Because
Oh
he
no.
just couldn't win anymore. Against me at least.
Man,
God, it's hilarious.
well, it's his fault.
It's his fault. I
Brought
mean,
this upon himself.
I'm not gonna argue, but still, I just find it so hilarious how, again, what's this?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he taught me a fighting game, Tekken 3. I was not into the genre at the time, and now it's my main games. My God.
Basically. Indeed.
Mhm.
I just noticed you're using the just chatting tag.
Yeah, I
'Cause
do it
there's a
for.
talk shows and podcast tag, right?
There is.
Yeah.
Oh my! Thank you.
No, you didn't know. I
I,
thought you did this on purpose.
no, I honestly didn't know. Anyway, now I do know.
Yeah,
8
good.
episodes. Well, I'm glad I did that. I learned this before the 10th. That would have been so embarrassing. Anyway, um, all right.
Yes, yes.
Next question.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, question 3. Favorite character across the franchise.
Oh
Hmm.
my god, that's hard.
Oh, by the way, Mariva, your voice kinda low.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me amp it up a bit. Alright. Alright, favorite character. Favorite character. That's difficult. I've had so many favorites. I think in my Tekken 6 times, I really liked Leo.
Mm.
Of course, when we're talking favorite characters, you know, when I hear favorite character, I don't hear character you like to use the most or feel best.
Yeah.
I think character that you fucking stand.
Mm.
And if it's a character that I fucking stand, then yeah, I'd say Leo's one of them. In Tekken 7, I was just like a really big Josie fan.
I think every Filipino was.
I mean, yeah.
I think every Filipino was. It was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
It was cool. I wish she fucking spoke Tagalog though, but yeah.
I remember somebody made like a YouTube video of like replacing Josie's lines with Tagalog dubs.
Oh my god! And
whenever she got hit, I'm like,
yeah.
that's accurate. That's accurate. That's accurate.
And then before like the round starts, she'd go, "Kaya this."
Kaya this, and then the elbow launcher from the wave dash. No, no. That was freaking gold.
Good. Yeah. Oh my god. I love when Tekken characters are new. They always speak English, but then the second time they're in Tekken, they speak the correct language. It's like they forgot or something.
But yeah, regarding that, interesting you brought that up.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something iconic about, like, on one end, it is cool that the characters are speaking their native language.
Yeah.
On the
cool.
other hand, like, when I'm used to characters and their English voices, it's very weird transitioning. Like, the weirdest is definitely Lily.
When she moved to French.
Yeah, hearing her speak French, I don't know. In my opinion, she lost some of her charm. Not appeal. She still has the appeal. But there was just something more charming about her naive, bratty attitude that it comes out naturally with her English. Compared to her French, I'm just like, this is weird. She feels classy. Like, she is classy, but when she's fighting, no. Lee is classier than Lily if both are fighting. Like, no way.
Oh, that's Lee's whole thing.
Yeah, that's Lee's thing. But I mean, oh no, she's a snob now. I mean, you see, that's the weird part. She's not really a snob. It's
she's just French.
She's just French. Like, I know that Parisian elitist. Well, I know that if there's one thing that people don't like about the French language, it sounds so elitist.
What's the point? It's fucking Lily. Lily's a fucking elitist.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, it's Franklestar making the comment?
Yeah. Franklestar's making the comment. But but like, again, the weird part really is whenever she's fighting, like, even her, like, whenever she says, Sebastian, they say they're leaving already, like, it's not even that elitist. She's more pompous than elitist. But with the French accent straight up, like, she's definitely like, okay, she sounds like an elitist.
There's something about it. I guess, like, in English, she sounded more like, Joseph.
Yeah, she definitely sounded
Now she just sounds French, and now she just sounds rich, you know?
Yeah.
So it's, I think with there, it's because she's less anime. Before she was, like, extremely anime, and so she wasn't.
Has your OBS Ninja fixed itself yet?
It's like, let me open the settings. Every time I reset it to, like, make it 1080, it
reverts.
It reverts when I close the thing.
Yeah, that's annoying, but well. Moving on. Another example is Leo.
Leo switching to German was weird for me.
Yeah, not many people know this. Not many people know this. But the voice actress of Ash Ketchum voices Leo.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's cool. So I was low-key kind of disappointed that she moved. they moved it to Dutch, even if the voice
Oh, that.
lines, even if the battle voice lines and grunts are still like the voice actors of Ash Ketchum, and I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
this is kind of jarring.
Yeah, the original, like, yeah.
The yeah, that's still there, but when wins suddenly Dutch, I'm like, huh,
Yeah.
strange.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's weird, but like
There are some characters that do kind of fit though, like for
Eddie
example,
sounds so much better.
Eddie
Eddie's
sounds so
so
much
good.
good.
So good when he's in the
I'm like,
Portuguese.
okay, that is cool.
Good.
That is freaking cool.
He's fucking badass now.
I mean, if there's one thing I wish they did in Tekken 7,
yeah,
we have a palette, a double palette for Kuma and Panda. Why can't we have a double palette for Eddie and Christy? It would have been cool seeing what Christy looks like and sounds like in Tekken 7.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I miss her.
Yeah, I miss her too.
I miss her, but I don't like. Yeah, if she had to take up a whole other slot, I would be like, you know.
Or I don't know, but like I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me that they brought Kuma and Panda. Like they're the same character.
That's weird as fuck. But yeah.
Yeah, they brought back Kuma and Panda, but they did not bring back Christy and Eddie. Were practically the same character. Like what?
I would have rather Panda be like the palette swap, and then they just brought Christy. If they had to pick one,
yeah,
palette swap. Oh well, you can't get everything, I guess.
And the last one that is actually like I did not think it would be good in my head, but when I heard it, I'm like, hey, this is actually pretty good. Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel is
Miguel
great.
sounds so great
Miguel
in
sounds
Spanish.
so good. He should have like it really makes you think like this motherfucker. He should have been Spanish from the start. He was. It just fits everything about him. I love it.
All right. For me though, favorite character across the franchise.
Oh yeah, I never actually answered the question.
All right.
If it were me now, if you ask me who my favorite character in Tekken 7 is, it's Lee.
Lee.
It's Lee.
I Am Your Father would be proud.
Gotta love Lee.
I Am Your Father would definitely be proud.
Gotta love, I guess my second place would be Julia. I'm a fucking... That's my life.
Julia Stan. Nice. As a Julia main.
Culture.
I'm glad.
Kunimitsu. Kunimitsu is a hard second. She's fighting Julia. They're just perpetually fighting for second place in my heart.
All right. Okay. My turn for the same question. My favorite character across the franchise. Let's see. I made King like Tekken 5, 6, and Tag 2. The reason why I made King at the time was because in Tekken 5 they introduced air grabs, and I was like, oh, this makes King a lot stronger than he already is.
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
I mean, it just changed his fucking combo game.
Yeah.
Forever.
I think also then he already had wall grabs, I think.
Oh yeah,
he had wall grabs.
But the air grabs are way more important than the wall grabs.
Of course. I mean, instant Shining Wizard in the air is just big damage. It's not... It's nutty. Because back then, Tekken 5 damage scaling was ass. Ass. Alright? It was ass. Like, look, Steve was infamous for 100 to 0, and the inputs were not even that difficult.
No, they weren't.
They were not.
Yeah, I remember that.
But if I were to say, like, across the whole franchise...
Who's your number one? Who's the love of your life?
Hang on, I'm doing math in my head, like...
That's okay, I understand. It really is hard to...
Yeah, it is tough. In terms of, like, fun gameplay and playstyle and whatnot, I would definitely say... I would definitely say Kunimitsu. In terms of someone that I stan in particular, I'd say Julia, because
Right.
she has always had a really fun kit throughout the whole franchise. But
For
when
sure.
they gave her that little luchadora arc in Tekken Tag 2, they gave her more grapple moves, an air grapple, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
I loved Julia's wrestling arc
Yeah, like
when she secretly became what's her name? What was her name in tag?
um
RC?
JC. JC.
JC. When she
Luchador
became
yeah,
JC.
Frankel, her Luchadora arc, not art, arc.
Arc.
Yeah, ARC. Arc.
She had her luchadora
The
phase.
reason for that was her friend. Wait, sorry. Her
In the
friend
lore of
had
Tekken.
yeah, in the lore. Even though Tekken Tag 2 is always like it's a spin-off, whatever happened there didn't really happen. To some
Not
extent,
10.
it did. To some extent.
Sorry.
Yeah, but hello, Take Two Action. Hello. Um,
I take action.
in Tag 2, her friend had a friend who was a luchadora, and she was, I forgot if she got sick or was injured, so she couldn't fight. Thing is, Julia with the mask resembles her, so her friend pleaded, Julia, can you please take her place? Like, this tournament, the cash prize for the money is really important, and you know, you are strong and you look like her. Like, you'd be doing me a really good solid. So Julia was like, fine, I'll do it. And that's where she got like a lot of grapple moves. And honestly, people keep saying that Tekken 7 Julia is like god tier, if not really high tier, if not god tier. They forget
she's
Tekken
extra
Tag 2 Julia. Tekken Tag 2 Julia was straight up busted.
True.
She dealt way too much damage for the speed that she had. And her, like, the two worst moves for a player to deal with against Julia, the freaking Party Crasher and the War Drum.
Yeah, baby.
Everyone hated those moves. And those are two really good moves. These are...
they're still there.
Party Crasher is a really fast mid, and Mariva has taken a couple of Party Crashers. Like, she'll agree when I say it's really fast.
I use it too.
And yeah, you use it too. It's
a
really
good move.
fast. It's really safe. It's a mid, so you can't crouch it.
Yep.
It's a really good ass move.
It's faster than most down forward ones, except like if you do the input perfectly.
Yeah.
But then you have to do the input perfectly, so there's a bit of a gate. Otherwise, it's about as fast.
Yep. But if
Shouts out to the Bajikwan fighters in fighting games. They're always cute. Always. You got Leia, you got Julia Michelle, you've got Akira from Rival Schools.
Yes.
And then you've got
you can count Miyako in Melty Blood.
Rintusako and Miyako in Melty Blood. Yeah, they're all Bajikwan.
There's also Jam in Guilty Gear.
And Jam Kubid. Yeah, they're all Bajikwan. Let's go. Bajikwan girls are the hot girls. Yeah. I gotta learn Bajikwan. Fuck, dude. I want to be a hot girl.
Let's see.
Yeah, Sakura Street Fighting. Sakura's not Bajikwan.
Yes.
Sakura's not Bajikwan. She's Shoto. Akira is Bajikwan.
Wait, sorry. I'm just gonna take this time because Chaos said Street Fighter, but screw Yun. Street Fighter 3 Yun. Street Fighter 3 Yun can go F himself, I swear. Fuck Genei-jin, okay? Fuck that Ultra. Fuck that Super.
I need to sink my brain into Tekken, so I'm just turning the game on now.
No problem.
I can talk about Tekken while playing.
Just leave your question. We'll answer it in the interim, which is in after 2 questions.
Whenever you feel like it.
Yep. Let's see. But my favorite character across the franchise, I would definitely say, it's just based on like a lot. I want to pick a female character, but King.
You don't have to. King good.
King has grip. He's a grappler, but has really good neutral tools. And he looks stylish when he is on a roll in a Tekken match. Like,
oh my
god. It's just, there's something special about watching a King just not really stomp an opponent, but like go ham on an opponent. There's something magical about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. All right. Fourth question. It's the penultimate question before we go to the Q&A interim part. All right. Favorite mechanic in Tekken?
Honestly, I think the most important thing is sidestepping. It wouldn't be Tekken without the sidestep. I think a lot of the other elements you can kind of grasp if you've played other fighting games before. Like moving back to get out of the way, moving forward for pressure, a lot of that stuff.
Yep.
But like learning sidestepping is so like important to being a Tekken thing that it's like it changes the game completely.
Yeah.
Once I started sidestepping like consistently on people, I started really opening up like I started winning a lot more because that's how the game's supposed to be played. You're supposed to step. And it's really not something that comes naturally to you if you're new to Tekken. I think sidestepping is like the thing that's like your intro. That's like your first big wall. If you can start sidestepping well. Or at least
if you know
use
how to
sidestepping
utilize
at all.
if you know how to use sidestepping, it's like it opens a whole new world.
Yeah.
Let's see, for me, favorite mechanic in Tekken. This started with Tekken 6, and in my opinion, that's when they started to get creative.
Oh, like the bound system.
I'm just gonna call it what it's the universal terminology of the bound system. Combo extension system.
Yeah, combo extension.
Because normally combos in Tekken are not that different from, say, Marvel vs. Capcom, hell, even Mortal Kombat combos. You throw them in the air, play ultimate hacky sack until they fall on the ground. Alright, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But in Tekken 6, they added the bound combo extension mechanic, and that just really introduced a lot of creative techniques and creative combos for everyone.
Honestly, after Bound came out, and even like continuing with Tailspin, it became a lot easier to kind of think about combos. Because before it was just like, what can I do before this guy falls?
Yeah.
Or how do I get him to the wall before he falls?
Like,
but
not
now it's like there are stages in your head, and you can be like, because there's the launch portion, there's the float portion after that.
Yeah.
There's the tailspin, and then there's the ender. It's structured. And now you can think of what can I do before the tailspin? Like what move tailspins? Can I tailspin earlier in the combo or later? All of that stuff. It became easier to think about comboing from like a creative standpoint.
That, and it also gave birth to the wacky Oki setups.
Oh yeah.
Like what a lot of people did after a really long combo extension, they would sidestep and then like set you up for, if you try to get up after this combo ends, it's gonna reset. Combo reset. I'm just like,
combo resets.
Combo resets were made possible more so when they introduced the bounce system. And of course, even then though, even though the bounce system was really good, it was imbalanced because not many characters benefited from
bound.
Bound. One example would be King, because his options to bound were not best, but he had only one reliable move, and it's an advanced technique too. After bound, you have to instant Shining Wizard, which is not an easy move.
It's a fast input and a just frame.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to set 3 forward inputs and then just frame the grab on the last forward input.
Yeah.
And you have to do that before they stop bouncing.
Yep. you have to kind of buffer it too after the recovery of your bound move, or else you don't have time to throw it out. Well, I would argue, Calcifer, that in Tag 2, if you use King as a partner, you can instant Shining Wizard. You don't even have to instant. You can just Shining Wizard out of any combo. That was just really hilarious. But yeah, for me, the combo extension for Tekken was really my favorite mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying?
I mean, like, and so when they switched to Tailspin in Tekken 7, King and Armor King got buffed. Like,
yep, they did. Huge power spike for both of them because, what Tailspin does is that it puts the opponent at a distance the more hits you do before you Tailspin, and you don't even have to instant Shining Wizard. You can just double tap forward. When King is running animation, you just input the grab. So I'm just like, awesome. All right, last question before we move to the trivia Q&A part. Pad versus stick. This is a very common topic. What are your thoughts on this?
You know, I'm a stick player, and I came from the arcades, so that's just what I'm naturally accustomed to. So I'm always gonna say stick. But like, I really respect people who can play good on pad, because I feel like it's harder, but then pad players are like, oh, it's not that hard. And I'm like, but it feels so much harder. And like, I don't know. It's like, it's really a preference thing, honestly. Because I've seen a guy with 2 fingers own on pad, and I've seen guys with really good sticks be shit, so.
I mean, as someone who has played Tekken on every console that it came out, starting PS1,
yeah,
I've been so used to pad, but I still use stick right now. And I will say that each has their own merit. In terms of movement, if you want crisp, smooth movement, stick for sure.
Yeah.
But if you want precise inputs, definitely pad. But honestly, using a pad is not gonna make you better compared if you use the stick or vice versa. And the examples are plain and simple. Lil Majin, who made one of the best runs in Tekken 7 Evo history, uses pad. He uses pad. And again, might I remind you, Shining Wizard, instant Shining Wizard, you have to input forward 3 times really fast. And just frame input the grab. He can do this consistently on a pad. And he even did the infamous Wave Dash Shining Wizard. That's just extra swag. Like, it's not needed, but he did it anyway.
Yeah, you literally don't have to Wave Dash into Wizard. Unless you're trying to get the mix-up.
No, he did it mid-combo, so it was definitely not for mix-up. It was just
because he could.
He would just, as the commentator said, he's styling on him. I'm like, yep, that's exactly what he did. He's just styling on this man. All right.
Do it.
All right. We are in the interim trivia part. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll back and check for any questions.
Question time.
All right. Let's see. All right. Take Two Action asks, how do you feel about characters that make an appearance in Tekken from other series? For example, Negan and Gon. Okay.
Now I like how your 2 examples are the 2 examples nobody complains about. Because everyone complains about
I will argue for a time Negan was complained about. For a time.
Not, yeah.
It wasn't as bad as, say, Akuma. But yeah, there was a time where Negan did get a lot of flack. But anyhow, regarding that question, let's see. Well, for Gon, I just thought it was hilarious. Didn't he have like a move that was a
Sounds so good.
one hit? It was a one hit. His fart was a one hit, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, his fart was a one hit.
Look,
Practically a
darling.
joke character. But starting Tekken Tag 2. Well, no, not different series, but Tekken 7. Since we're on the topic of different series, Tekken 7.
Yeah.
It did add a whole new depth, especially for people like Akuma, Geese, because they had their kit was just inherently against the rules of Tekken.
Fucking cancels.
No
you know?
bars. Like those two words is the best way to describe Tekken. No bars. There are no supers, no bars in Tekken.
Yeah.
And those two
fucking
broke the
in-between.
rules. And here's the thing, the reason why I hate Akuma, even though he is a high skill ceiling character, and
Honestly, high skill floor.
high skill for high skill ceiling, like double whammy.
Yeah. Why do you hate him?
He can do rage level of damage without rage.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? No one in the game can do rage level damage without rage. Not even perfect electric wind god fist Kazuya.
Yeah, you can't do even if you got the perfect electric, you're still doing max 90 damage?
90. And
with
though,
2 bars per meter, Akuma can almost kill.
Yeah, that's without rage too.
Yeah, without.
And hello Millerizo, thanks for dropping by.
Hi, Miller.
Also, he brought a lot of things from Street Fighter. He brought his focus attack, his focus attack dash cancel, his freaking Hadouken, singles for Geese.
FADC is what did it. If he didn't have FADC, it might not be so bad.
Yeah. Geese.
But it's, yeah.
Geese also had his max mode, his super bars, his government movement, his double government movement.
Government movement?
I call it government movement because it sounds like government movement. Double Reppuken. If he says it fast enough, it sounds like government movement. Anyway. His freaking Raging Storm. Then, well, I can even give his Burning Rave a pass. A Deadly Rave.
Deadly Rave is fine because it's a rage.
Because it's a rage move.
It's fine. It's supposed to be fucked up, but everything else.
But there's only one thing that's more broken in Tekken 7 than any character. And yes, I would even argue more broken than Leroy, as much as I hate Leroy. The most broken thing in character is the most broken thing in Tekken 7 is not a character, it's a stage.
Oh god, is it Forgotten Realm?
No, it's Howard Estate, or as the community has dubbed it, Coward Estate. Why is it called Coward Estate? Tekken rules state that on loss, the loser can do one, can change a character or a stage. They cannot do both. They cannot change the character and the stage. So what do people do? If they're on their main and they're comfortable with their pick, they pick Howard Estate. Why? Howard Estate has a lot of walls. And the thing about walls is that they count as a combo extension. And just to give you an idea,
are you gonna show them a video?
No. I don't need to show them a video, but like, in a match between Double and Chikorin, I think, it was Law versus Geese. Straight up, out of and this is it's compounding because Geese has meter.
Yeah.
He canceled into max overdrive, broke like 2 walls. Wait, no, not 2. No, he broke 3 walls.
All of the walls,
except for the one at the end that transitions into the bottom floor. He broke all 3 walls, and it killed Law without rage. And I'm just like, huh. So no wonder it's called Cowardice State.
You want to win? Well, you know, it's like you almost, it's like a risk anyway, because yeah, you have access to the walls, but so does your goddamn
So
opponent.
does your opponent. But if your character is someone like, say, Lars, or hell, even Lily or Julia.
Pussy Palace, yeah, baby.
Pussy Palace, yeah, that too. Hell, even King. King has decent wall carry. Yeah, you'll just be hitting every wall, and every wall is just extra damage and a combo extension. It's busted. But yeah, back on the question.
Yeah.
Generally, for people like Akuma and Geese, I'm a bit split. Because on one hand, I'm like, this is cool. Like, you have 2D characters in a 3D game. I want to see what they can do. And comparing the two, Akuma and Geese, people have said that Geese is more Tekken than Akuma is.
Geese is super Tekken compared to Akuma.
Yeah.
Because Akuma's game plan in Tekken is still
build meter.
It's still USF4 plan. Build meter.
Geese can do his own thing even without meter. Very decent stuff without meter.
Geese is like relatively honest in comparison, because his plan is like, you know, check with mids, do a low, jab check. Like, he has meter, but the meter kind of just helps out the stuff that's like normal Tekken shit, right?
Yeah.
With Akuma, the meter unlocks his fucking god combo that kills you.
But for other characters like, say, Negan and Noctis,
yeah,
I mean, they're pretty cool.
God, I keep forgetting about fucking Noctis.
Noctis and his infamous Aura.
Noctis just pisses me off, but I don't think he's like OP at all.
No, he's quirky. He's a very quirky character.
Just in case you don't know, Noctis, the main character from Final Fantasy 15, is also a guest character in Tekken 7. Which is super weird if you ask me, but hey, whatever. It's like Sora in Smash, that's what it feels like, except nobody wanted it.
But then for Negan was the first character to be very Power Crush centric.
Yeah.
His game was literally like, I'm gonna fish for you to input certain moves after I input moves, and I'll power crush them. I'm like,
I dig that though, because like, you know, it's
new.
It's a new mechanic. It's Tekken 7 specific.
Yeah.
And it's a new way to play. I fuck with it. You know, I fuck with Negan's deal. It's weird, but yeah, you know, it could be the future. Maybe a new character will be like that.
But again, I mentioned earlier that he did get flack. The reason why he did get flack was not even because his kit was pretty fun. What people didn't like was that, again, this is just a fan theory, right? It's just a fan theory, but theory was that he took the spot of Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza. And that rubbed people the wrong way, because
that was it. That was the only
reason. Kiryu Kazuma to the Tekken community is like Goku and Sora to the Smash community. They have been clamoring for either Goku or Sora in Smash.
They better make Kiryu the first guest in Tekken 8, I swear to shit.
Yeah, please. He's just really cool.
He deserves it.
He deserves it.
And then when he wins, a little karaoke TV can come out. Why can't we have it? Arada!
Let's see. But yeah. If there's one thing though that I like about the newest characters that are unique to Tekken 7, like Leroy and Fakumram, they are very much experimenting because each of them have something unique to their kit.
Yeah.
To my chagrin, and well, not just to mine, but to many people's chagrin, Leroy has the frickin' cane, which was rightfully nerfed. Fakumram, on the other hand, has unblockable moves that deal no damage, but they wall splat you if you're next to a wall. And I'm just like, no. Straight up, no.
I don't know how I feel about that at all, no.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's interesting. I won't deny that it's interesting, but I don't like it. Because it's way too... How do I say it? It's way too nuanced in their kit that no one in the roster has anything similar to it in terms of impact.
And people have no way to like, yeah, it's hard to like...
There is one character though that has a balanced version of like unique special traits. Claudio.
Yeah,
Claudio has his Starburst, yeah. Claudio has Starburst. A lot of his moves change properties when he's in Starburst. What am I, British? Starburst, but they're not necessarily OP.
Yeah.
It just changes the properties. Like some moves turn into combos, but even then they're not that huge of an impact.
Speaking of Kane, I just got hit by it.
What?
I'm fighting a Leroy.
Oh. Thank God. Alright, let's see. Favorite, yeah, we got 2 minutes for the interim. Favorite Tekken moment, Mariva?
Oh god, that's hard to... if there's like one moment... Maybe... I'd say JDCR knee is a big one. Rev Major like 2017. If not that, Arslan Evo.
Ah, Arslan
like his
Evo.
whole, like his American Evo run. That was, it felt like a dream.
That was historical. That was historical. Because with that win, he proved that his win was no longer a fluke.
Yeah.
And I cannot even blame people. Like, people might say, they're just saying it as a fluke because he's Pakistani. Wrong. The reason why a lot of people said it's a fluke was because, remember, I think it was Rip or someone else, they said that you are the product of your scene. No one knew that there was a Pakistani Tekken scene.
Nobody
knew. It was underground. So
it was,
yeah.
Like you had to understand at that time there was only Korea, Japan, and that's
West.
it. That's all you thought about when it came to, and then like some America, some Europe, right? But it was mostly Korea, Japan. And then suddenly we hear Nee loses a tournament in Saudi Arabia to some Pakistani guy.
Oh no! It wasn't in Saudi Arabia. It was in Evo Japan, and he lost.
No, it was pre-Evo Japan. Right?
It was pre-Evo Japan?
I think it was pre-Evo Japan.
I'm
the Saudi Arabian tournament. The first time we heard Arslan's name at all.
Weird.
Was that small tournament, and nobody knew who Arslan was. And then Evo Japan happened, and then everybody was like, "Oh shit!"
We have to put him on stage.
That's the guy who fucking beat me, and he won. And then everybody suddenly went, "Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Maybe there's something to this." And then he went to Evo USA, and then he won that too.
Yep, convincingly against Nee. Was it what, a 3-1? Was it 3-1, 3-2?
3-2.
3-2.
It almost, I think, yeah, because he didn't get the reset. That was the last fight, but then he lost 3 rounds to 1 in the last.
The last set, yeah, and this was against Kazumi. She wasn't in her strongest form in that season, but Arslan was still rocking Kazumi.
No, yeah, he was.
So my friend who is a Kazumi main, she was just so happy when, like, Arslan Ash won with Kazumi. It was very vindicating for her because she's like, ha.
Yeah, basically.
For me, my favorite Tekken moment,
What?
I don't know.
Which
For
one?
me, it embodies why Tekken is so goddamn popular right now. It is the set between Ni and wait, I'm trying to remember his name.
Lars winning Evo? Nah, that didn't happen.
Nah, that's a fever pitch dream, Calcifer. You wish. Or you can make it a reality, Calcifer. Sign up for Evo.
Or just hope Dojin
Rixta.
keeps
There you
winning.
go, Rixta. That's the one I
The
was
fucking
looking
Rick
for.
knee fight?
The
Oh yeah,
Rixta knee
God.
fight.
I
This one I have to show. I think Calcifer would be pissed if I did show it. Knee versus.
You gotta show Rick's the knee.
Yeah, I'm definitely showing that. I'm definitely showing that.
We're like how many minutes deep? We're like an hour deep into our talk about Tekken and we haven't shown any Tekken footage yet.
Yeah. Because what? We are gonna show footage after with our set.
Yeah, but you gotta show like the best dudes.
Yeah, of course. Okay, hang on. Let me. Alright. Thank God I have YouTube on mute because stupid ads, man.
I got you.
Ads that, in my opinion, insult the gamer because you're like, really? You think this is what
You think
gamers
I'd buy this shit?
think I'd buy into this shit? Anyway. Alright, let me bring up the full screen, get an ad blocker. I mean, I could, but it doesn't work for all the ads, Calcifer. It only works for ads that are 15 seconds or longer. Anyhow, let's see. Let me get that footage. Okay, so I fast forwarded already to the main part. Oh, wait, let me rewind it to the start of this round. Alright, just for context, Rixta... I won't say that Rixta is particularly weak. Like, he is a strong player, but he's not, like, god level. So the fact that...
He's not on Knee's level at all.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
But the fact that he got a set off of Knee, like, that's pretty
Impressive.
dope. But this, though, this definitely showed the world that, yep, this is why Tekken is hype.
Great. I love Tekken.
Alright, here you go.
Get this round. The focus, he didn't let it go. Oh, he jumped the jump. He's got full bar.
Hey, big damage. I even remember the commentary.
Oh my god, he cornered himself against
he missed the focus attack. Oh, wow. Hatchet kick.
He's gonna touch.
Okay. This. Let me just rewind it to the part. This scene shows exactly the two important factors in Tekken 7 that made it so goddamn hype.
Feel good.
The slow-mo and
rage.
The blue stuff, as Tasty Steve likes to call it. The blue stuff.
The blue stuff.
The blue stuff. The rage drive.
The blue stuff. It's so good.
It's just so damn good.
You know, there are people who don't want rage drives anymore. They're wrong.
They are afraid of change. They are afraid of change. Like, seriously, guys. No. I don't
Imagine not liking at least rage drive. If you're gonna take out
like, honestly, I don't care how long you guys have been playing Tekken, but your opinion is wrong. But like, seriously, on what grounds would you not want rage drive or rage art? I can't see any reason for it. You know what's worse than having rage art or rage drive? Just your rage.
Yeah.
Just rage. That's one of the major complaints in Tekken 6 was how busted rage was, and I have to agree. Rage in Tekken 6 was the most busted version of rage.
Indeed.
the fact that Rage Art or Rage Drive took out Rage was very important. Because, like, it was a risk. Like, if you don't kill or deal enough damage, you lose your Rage. Like, you would have been better off not using Rage at all.
The rage damage was so crazy.
It was very crazy. Oh yeah, by the way, Foxtrots, like I mentioned earlier, I'm using like new mic settings, so kindly tell me if my voice is okay.
Or mine.
Yep. Alright, anyhow, let's continue to the next part. The next part is more in-depth, so get your notebooks ready. We're gonna be talking about more in-depth stuff. Alright. So,
Yeah.
first
Let's
question.
go.
Tekken hasn't changed much since 1, including tag.
Yeah.
How does it stay successful when the core hasn't changed too much?
I think there's like a misunderstanding in terms of like it's like new doesn't mean good.
Hmm.
What makes Tekken good was already there in 1. And I'm glad they kept most of the shit. Like most of the movement stuff and the button layouts and everything. That's good already. The core is great. Like Calcifer said, the core is already great. And what like stuff that needs like what we want better from Tekken really. I mean, God, really, what we want better is just better gameplay experience.
Better
I just want to be able. I
Better
just want to enjoy.
netcode!
Like Tekken's already good. I just want to enjoy it better.
Sure.
That's all. I don't want. I don't want new Tekken. I don't want. I don't want new like powers. I just want to play Tekken more, and like with better netcode.
Yes, better netcode.
I
Because Guilty
yeah.
Gear did prove that with better netcode, you can really incentivize a lot of people to play your game.
Guilty Gear and Melty Blood proved that like netcode can make your game go from obscure to like sort of known.
Yeah, definitely.
Because all fighting game players all want to play a fighting game with good netcode, even if they never fucking played it before.
Look, just to prove a point, a lot of Smash Melee players, maybe they don't main Guilty Gear, but they did play a lot of Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Maybe as a streaming game, not much yet, but I'm pretty sure off stream they are playing it a lot. I can at least say that much. That's why I'm just like,
Yeah.
damn. Okay.
Netcode can really save your shit.
Yep.
And it really can't be underestimated. And I think, it's really like a lot of what makes Tekken good is already good. And I don't think it's like the new stuff they've been trying. It's mostly stuff that supports the core, right? Like I don't think they've changed like I don't think because like it won't be Tekken anymore without like the limb system. It won't be Tekken anymore without like honestly the biggest change they made recently was the combo extension system. And it just made Tekken better, which is good. That's what I wanted. I wanted Tekken to be better. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what to say anymore. But that's basically how I fight. Tekken is good because it's Tekken. And I don't think we need to add too much on that. I think what's going to make fighting games good coming in the future is making their systems better.
Well, for me, there's one. I will say it's kind of biased towards Tekken, but for me, the way I measure how well does your game evolve.
Yeah.
If you take out the newest feature in your game, can people still call it that game?
Yeah.
So let's say for Tekken 7, you take out the blue stuff, you take out the slow-mo. Can you still call Tekken Tekken? Absolutely. Because there's still sidesteps, there's still air combos, there's still neutral.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. You take out V-Trigger. Yeah, you take out V-Trigger in SF5. Can you still call it a Street Fighter game?
Yeah,
you
kind of.
can. Now, this is a bit complicated because, in my opinion, Guilty Gear innovated. Take out the tension system or Roman canceling in Guilty Gear. Can you still call it
It
Guilty
ain't.
Gear?
Nah, that ain't Guilty
Nope,
Gear.
it ain't Guilty Gear.
That ain't Guilty Gear.
So, when you take out something and it doesn't work, you know now what you shouldn't take out.
Yeah.
That,
for sure,
in my opinion, is how you should gauge, has your game evolved well. So,
Yeah.
Street Fighter will not be worse without V-Trigger. But
Yeah.
Guilty Gear will be worse without tension or Roman canceling, at least. That's like
and when we
a
mean tension,
must.
we don't mean without meter, because of course there's gonna be meter, but like the way tension's generated in
Yeah,
Guilty Gear.
like
Because the way you generate tension in Guilty Gear is unique to Guilty Gear. So like yeah, if you take out the way you do tension, you take out Roman canceling, it's definitely not gonna play like a Guilty Gear game anymore.
Yep.
But like yeah, because Tekken at its core, all you really need for Tekken is what sidestepping, backdashing, cancelable backdashing, and the punch kick system. I think that's all.
yes, I
I
highly
think that's
agree.
that's like the corest. That's like the purest Tekken. You just get two characters who can jab with either armor and then backdash and sidestep, and that's Tekken. And like I don't know, even the way they implement it is kind of unique to Tekken, because like Virtua Fighter has those things too, kinda.
Yep.
But then it doesn't feel the same.
No,
the way they move and the way they sidestep is different.
I agree.
For sure. Yeah.
Guilty Gear without Roman cancel is like Tekken without wave dash.
Yeah, what's the fucking point?
Yep, I'll agree on that.
I agree with that.
Okay.
And
Yes.
No, I was just thinking also, like, yeah, what can you take away from Tekken? Because now
You
like,
can take out rage.
you can take out rage.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like what the combo extenders. Now I'd say I would not like that to be removed.
Yeah, I think combo extenders have become such a big component that
of Tekken, and Tekken just feels better with it.
Mm.
I think what needs to be balanced with combo extenders is the like what moves characters have that work with them now. Because wall carry became a very big thing in Tekken.
Yep.
In season like 3, I think 3.
Yep, a lot of characters were given tools that gave them wall carry, like Master Raven.
And I completely disagree with that. I don't think every character should be able to do a lot of wall carry.
Yep, but
because I think that's an
characters
identity.
like Master Raven, I will argue that yeah, they could use it. But
I mean, I can argue that you could give it to some characters, but not all of them.
Yeah, not
especially
everyone
not
should
ones,
be able to.
Especially not the ones that are already strong.
Yeah,
like,
not
don't
everyone
give
should
Kazumi
be.
wall carry. Don't give Kazumi wall carry.
I have to agree with
Jin
that.
Wall carry.
She didn't need wall carry. I'm glad they gave her, but I'm just like.
No, you don't have to.
You did.
Devil Jin didn't need wall carry. Jin didn't need wall carry. For fuck's sake, Jin never needed it.
The funny thing is, out of the two, I would rather give Kazumi wall carry than Devil Jin.
I'd rather give because honestly, after like season 2, Devil Jin didn't need shit.
Yeah, but
Devil Jin was done. He was already.
I'm gonna use the argument of main man Sui here. Why? Again, if someone were to ask me, would you give wall carry to Devil Jin or Kazumi? I'll snap my fingers. Kazumi. No brainer. Why?
100%.
First off, they already nerfed her wall damage.
Yeah.
They already nerfed her wall damage. Here's the thing. Devil Jin can deal 26 plus damage on the wall, when the average cast can deal about 20-ish, 20 plus. And mind you, those are complicated combos. Jin's, it's just back to 1.
Yeah.
That's it. Back to 1. Very stupid, brain dead input.
Yeah.
And you get 26 damage. And worse, you get Oki because the opponent is face down on the ground.
Yeah.
Face
God.
down on the ground. And might I remind you, what kind of Oki can Devil Jin do? Oh, I don't know. Steel Pedal and freaking Broken Plate, which are both really good mids and really good lows, might I add. Freaking Broken Plate and Steel Pedal. Really, really strong moves.
Super. Yeah. But yeah, they didn't need to give Devil Jin shit. If
No,
Devil Jin
they
Season
didn't.
2 was in Tekken today, he'd still be top tier.
Yep.
But they buffed him. They buffed his... I'm okay with back forward 2-3 though. I think that's a cool move.
The funniest though was the funniest move that they did give Jin, like regular Jin.
Yeah.
I would argue that Jin doesn't need wall carry. He has a lot of good moves. Like forward 4 alone is so good.
Yeah.
Forward 4 is so good. Why would you give this man wall carry? And here's the thing. I would argue that it's the best wall carry in the game. Because
Jin's?
yes. Because first off, the wall carry distance is so huge. And if you don't even use it as a wall carry, if you use it as a combo ender, with proper wave dash movement, you can use it as an Oki setup.
Yeah.
And yeah, what I'm talking about is Jin's 1-3 from his knee stance. And I'm just like, why?
Oh boy.
Like why?
Why indeed?
Why?
Why?
That's all I wanted to
And
add.
it is such a fucking good Oki setup, yeah.
It's a good, I would argue it's the best wall carry because again, the wall carry distance is big. And if you don't use it as a wall carry, if you use it as a combo ender, you can, like, with just proper movement, you can use it as an Oki setup.
Yeah, because if you're like on an infinite stage or something,
Yep.
you can make them spinny in the air, and that gives you can do like 2 wave dashes,
And you're in their face already.
You're right at their face as they're getting up.
Yep.
So it's really good Oki. Shit.
Right.
Fuck Jin, dude.
All right. Next question. Tekken 7 is the most hyped Tekken title and fighting game right now. How do you think they have achieved that?
One thing is slow-mo. The other thing is rage drive, like you showed in that clip. Those 2 things. I think those are like the 2 big things. And honestly, if it was just those 2 things, if you just add like 2 similar things to every game, all those games become a little bit more hype right away.
True.
Rage is something too. A lot of the comeback mechanic in Tekken really makes a lot of the matches tighter just by design. Small health bars, big damage. A lot of the way Tekken is designed to make things tight if 2 players are around the same skill level. Because if you get like wall pressure with certain characters in like Guilty Gear or Street Fighter, then it's hard to do much, right?
Yep.
And sometimes some rounds will just be lopsided just because one character had a better start.
Yeah.
And in Tekken, you can always just like, if you can push him off you can always just step away from the wall and just move to the side, bro.
Yeah.
Why don't they just move to the side in Guilty Gear? Just step to the left. Come on. But yeah, it's like there are both a lot of defensive and offensive mechanics in Tekken that make it easier to get to a tight position. And anytime it's really tight, it's easy for a game to be hype if it gets tight.
Yep.
And Tekken's good at getting tight. Yeah.
2 reasons for me. One is very direct and one is, I would say, indirect.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, first the direct one. If there is one reason why I get less frustrated when I play Tekken, even when I'm back to the wall, I don't feel like it's game over. Because in a 2D game, what is to your side of the wall? Nothing. You're on a flat surface. Your only way out of the wall is to jump over your opponent. Good luck doing that against a really good Potemkin. It's insane.
And they read your jump, you're fucked.
Yeah, but in Tekken, just because you're back to a wall doesn't mean it's game over. Like, sure, there is a level of pressure on you, but with just proper sidestepping movement and a bit of spacing, it's not over yet. Like, you can still stay very calm. But I swear to God, in Street Fighter or Guilty Gear, if you're back to a wall, you feel like you're playing freaking Evo Grand Finals losers bracket reset.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I just realized also something about like being stuck on the wall. If you want to get out of the wall in like Street Fighter, Melty Blood, Guilty Gear, any 2D game, if you're stuck on the wall, you need to spend resources to get out.
Yep.
That's your best shot, is to use resource. Yeah, you can faultless defense, you can use some sort of EX move, etc., etc., etc. And Tekken, your best ways to get out of the wall are, apart from movement, are also just reads.
Reads. And,
if you can you read the low and parry it, you're out of the wall and you get a combo.
Or do it the Filipino way, hop kick.
Or hop kick, you can
kick
get
your
out
way
of the
out
combo.
of the wall.
You get a magic 4 or some kind of counter hit move combo again, you can get out.
Yep.
There are lots of, and like, you know, they can't just spam plus moves forever. It doesn't work like that.
Yep.
And you get a good read once, and then that's okay. So I like it because
I'd like to compare two scenarios. When you're walled against a Potemkin, what is that Potemkin gonna do?
Yeah.
If they two scenarios for against a Potemkin, if they woke you up, if they're on Oki setup, obviously on wake up you're gonna block Garuda impact. If you jump and they Garuda impact, good. Big question though, did you jump up or up forward? If you jump up, you didn't do yourself any favors. You just dodged the...
Yeah, you're gonna be back.
You're gonna be back in the car unless you react fast enough and dash out of the air. Did you jump up forward? Good. But how far against the wall is the Potemkin? You might end up right in front of Potemkin instead of behind.
Yeah.
Still another layer. You jump. Good. Did the Potemkin do kick though? If the Potemkin did kick, congratulations. You are now on another Oki setup because they're gonna put you on the floor and you're gonna wake up to a block Garuda impact again. Okay, let's say you respect the Garuda impact. Let's say you respect the Garuda impact and you block second time. Did they do Garuda impact again? Okay, rinse, repeat. Did they do kick? Okay, good. You might be able to YRC out of it, or I don't know. Depending on your character, you can probably raw DP or kick or punch Potemkin out of it. But worst case scenario, did they do nothing after the blocked Garuda impact? Two things that Potemkin can do. Hold dust, launch combo, big damage. Worst case scenario, pot buster. In Tekken, look, like Marivaaaa, what's the safest move that Kunimitsu has? Or the most common tool that Kunimitsu uses on Oki or for wall pressure?
On Oki or wall pressure, I don't know. Down forward 1, down forward 4.
Down forward 1, down forward 4. Okay.
Yeah, you know, just like keep him at the wall. Don't do something crazy. Keep it safe.
Okay. Thing about down forward 1. If I perfect input on the recovery, I can trade. If I don't hit you with the jab first, I'll at least trade.
Yeah.
Down forward 4. I think I can sidestep that.
Yeah,
I think I can sidestep that. Yep. And again, like a lot of the quote-unquote best moves, like what does Kazuya use for wall pressure? Usually forward 4 or down forward 1. Or if they're crazy, EWGF, the best move in the game. Yeah. But EWGF is a high. What can you do against a high? Duck it.
Just duck, bro.
Duck it, and best part, you can launch. If you have a fast launcher, which most characters do, you can launch Kazuya out of EWGF.
Yeah.
So again, the good thing about Tekken is that, oh, you're at back to a wall, you're not necessarily fucked. But in other fighting games, you're back to a wall, you're fucked.
You're dead.
And
You're so
the thing that irritates me, it's a universal law in 2D fighting games. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Dragon Ball Fighters, Guilty Gear, Melty Blood, Blast Blue, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. When you are back to the wall, 3 words, you are fucked. Simple as that.
And if you get out of the wall, that's like, damn, good for you.
Good for you.
But that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty much it.
But it's not like it doesn't feel like there's a counterplay to it.
Yeah,
It
there
just
isn't.
feels like, oh damn, you got out of the wall. Nice, dude. Good job.
Now,
That's
second
not
reason
easy.
why I think Tekken has achieved the most hype title, it's an indirect reason.
Okay.
Alright, a little history lesson. Timeline. Street Fighter 5 released with so much hype, but with so much disappointment when people got their hands on it. Bust. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. People got so hyped that, hey, it's back to 2v2? Dang! Infinity Stones. Oh no. Why?
No X-Men.
No X Factor. Okay, next. No Guilty Gear until Strive. So people were like, are 2D fighting games dying now? What the F? Mortal Kombat was the current Mortal Kombat was not released yet. It was still in development. And people the only people interested in Mortal Kombat at the time was just to watch Sonic Fox.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. Smash Bros. Ultimate has not been released yet. Smash Bros. 4 was, but this was still in a period of time where the sweatiest Smash Bros. Game was still Melee. Which Nintendo has the least amount of respect for.
Nintendo hates Melee, dude. Or like it hates the community around it. It hates that Melee still exists.
Mortal Kombat is not that well received. Yeah, MKX was not particularly well received.
Yeah, especially not as an esport.
Yep. I think people didn't like the variation system. It just added some unnecessary layer to it.
Yeah.
Like, why are you adding many variations when only 1 out of the 3 is actually usable?
Exactly.
Like, there's no point. Look at the old Mortal Kombat games. Even MK9. I had so much fun with MK9. There was no variation system. It was just really fun. Really fun to play. It had X-ray and shit. It was really fun. Tekken was the only big title in that era that did not disappoint people. So
a lot of people move.
Any fighting game enthusiast that just wanted to watch a good fighting game, Tekken 7 filled that need. And that's why Tekken 7 got a lot of hype. Like, people like me and Mariva who have been Tekken loyalists, we already were rewarded. But those who were Street Fighter loyalists, Guilty Gear loyalists, Mortal Kombat loyalists, Marvel vs. Capcom, they were just looking for, damn it, our titles are a disappointment. Can we just have one good fighting game that's enjoyable to watch? Tekken! There you go.
Yay, Tekken!
That's the indirect reason why I think Tekken 7 was the most hyped game.
Tekken.
Alright.
Yep.
Halfway point of this segment. The Leroy incident. Yes. I have dubbed it that. The Leroy incident is an ugly stain in Tekken's history. What do you think should Harada and Bamco learn from this?
Don't purposefully give a super strong character to the world to generate hype, I guess, is one lesson.
Well,
because he was stupid strong when he was released. And like he was so strong that you could kind of tell that he was designed this strong because they weren't new to making characters by this point.
No.
They had made a lot of characters by then. So it's really like with Leroy, the only explanation that most people can really come up with is that they purposefully made him this goddamn strong because that was they were trying to get people to want to play Leroy,
Mm.
you know? And it's really annoying, right? I feel bad because when Leroy was announced
He
and
was so
when
cool. He had such a
when they
good
showed his
design.
and when they showed his fighting style,
It was so
everything
cool.
about him, everything about Leroy was fucking tight. I was excited to play Leroy. Everyone
I was
knew was excited
excited.
to
I
play Leroy.
was so excited.
Everybody wanted to get Leroy. And then the moment that his fucking moment his frame data came out and the moment 3 videos were made about him, nobody liked Leroy anymore.
Look,
Actually no, the day one when Leroy was first available and you fought him online, that's when nobody liked Leroy anymore.
No, not just that. I did watch clips of people like Lil Majin, Ni.
Yeah.
They agreed that this guy is way too strong.
Yeah.
He has too much of everything, and the everything is too strong.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be a jack of all trades. We already have one. It's called Devil Jin. Devil Jin has all the tools you want in a character. But individually, they are not inherently strong. There is a reason why Devil Jin is best used for long sets. The more intel you have on your enemy, the more setups you can do to use your whole kit.
Yeah, and the more
Leroy is literally master of all trades.
Yeah.
Master of all trades. That's what Leroy is. Frame data, whack. Combo damage, whack. Stance capability and quirks, hella whack.
Parrying.
His parry is stupid.
Parry is automatic.
His parry is automatic and comes out pretty fast, and the recovery is also pretty fast. Leroy makes Lake, right? Absolutely. Like there, the reason why Leroy's stance is so broken compared to hell. I consider Leroy's stance way more OP than AOP.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. AOP has a natural high crush. And mid crush even. Low mids will hit Xiaoyu, but many mids won't.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of the moves that Xiaoyu has, they're kind of risky. Not many moves in that stance are safe. At least the good ones. The only go-to move that is safe is 1+2 from AOP. But Leroy is different. Leroy's stance is an auto low parry. Auto low. And it deals damage, by the way. Second, the frame data of the moves in his stance is nuts. His low high is a natural combo. It's a natural combo, the low high. Can he launch from stance? Yes. He can.
Yeah, he can totally launch from stance.
He can launch from stance.
Counter hit launch, right?
Yep. And one of his moves is an Okizeme as well.
Yeah.
What the F?
Not to mention, I think the important thing was, I think Fakum Rum was kind of the same.
Oh wait, one more thing.
Oh yeah, let's keep Leroy.
Steve's back one, really good move. Guess what? Leroy's version is a mid. Back two.
The back two.
Back two was a mid version of that move.
Yeah, it used to be.
And you'd think it looks short range, right? Yeah, but the active frames are long enough that if you whiff a move, he can probably punish it with back two.
Yeah.
Stupid. And again, I didn't even mention the cane.
The cane.
The cane, I'm exaggerating at this point. The cane is plus 420 on block.
You can't do shit.
There's
nothing to do after it.
You
just wait for Leroy to do one more thing.
Yeah, you have to respect what Leroy does after the cane. Second, the amount of damage it does on hit was Rage Drive level. And here's the thing, you can bring out that cane anytime once per match.
Yep.
But it was just such a good tool.
But it meant Leroy had 2 rage drives, basically.
Technically, Leroy had 2 rage drives. Could you imagine if a Leroy was 2-0 against you? He won 2 rounds, and if he wins the next one, he wins the set. Imagine he's in rage, and you're like, wait, he still has the stick, right? He still has the cane. Yep. Cane damage, and then rage damage, and then rage.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Oh, and did I mention he has a hell sweep?
And he has a hell sweep.
And he has a hell sweep. Hell sweep.
And you know, and they didn't really like super learn the lesson for Fakumram yet either.
Yep. But the worst thing is that Fakumram did not have a Leroy moment. The Leroy moment I'm talking about is Evo. Japan.
Evo Japan.
This is another reason why people had a newfound respect for Julia, and I'm so
Evo
glad.
Japan 2020.
What was top 8 for Evo Japan? 7 Leroys and a Julia. You know how far the Julia got? Grand finals.
Grand fucking finals.
Do you know what Book is a Jin loyalist, but not anymore because of Leroy. Do you know what Book said when he won? Just pick Leroy.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
There was no point. There was no point unless you played Leroy anyway. It was only
the
after
person who won Evo was not even a Leroy main. He's a Jin main.
Yeah, he just picked. You can just anyone could get Leroy if you're at a high level and win.
Everyone was behind the Julia main because this Julia player was like, yeah, I love Julia. Why am I gonna shift to Leroy? Screw it.
And got the grand final.
But he did get the grand finals.
In my heart, he's the one who won.
Same. I think
what's
Book won the check and the trophy, but
he didn't win.
But he's the people's champion. The Julia main was the people's champion. And I'd say Fakumram definitely. Season 3 was Fakumram's season because if there's one thing people complained about Season 3 was damage scaling.
Yeah.
Do you know that rounds in Season 3 lasted an average of 20 seconds?
Jesus Christ, I didn't know that.
20 seconds.
Here,
Why?
Mikio.
How long did it take people to bring you down to rage in Season 3? 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Yep. So I'm just like, oi. And then you have freaking Fakumram and his Choo Choo. The reason why I call Choo Choo is because a lot of his moves is Choo. And his most annoying is his Hell Sweep. The Hell Sweep is the Choo. And it's a meaty Hell Sweep. And it comes out pretty fast as well. So I'm just like, this guy has a decent Hell Sweep. He is basically Brian. I don't know. He's basically Bruce, but not Bruce.
Yeah.
And he has unblockables that wall splat when you block.
Yeah.
I'm just like, and you're like, oh, just punch him out of it. That only works if you react fast enough. If you don't, you'll get counter hitted on the wall, and he will still wall combo you.
Mm-hmm.
What the F, man?
I just checked again, Evo Japan 2020. And yep, 7th, 8th, Masa, Zugal, both Leroy.
Yep.
5th, 6th, Gen, Chikurin. Gen had Shaheen, but Leroy, and Chikurin, Leroy.
Yep.
Ulsan, Kazumi, Bob, Leroy. Naroma, Steve, Leroy. Mikio, Julia, Book, Leroy.
Exactly. Well, for me, what I think Harada and Bamko should learn from this is that I don't know. It was the one time when I would have forgiven them for resting on their laurels.
Kinda, yeah.
I would have forgiven them if they rested on their laurels.
For me, I don't think it's like a learning thing because they did that shit on purpose. If you ask me, they balanced them like that purposefully in like a fucky way.
Yeah, but I think it was a big
I think
mistake.
that's what. Yeah, that's why it was a big mistake. That's why everybody complained about it so hard.
Like, I'll complain. One of my most favorite characters right now Zafina and Konemitsu. Zafina is
Yeah.
god tier, but the only thing broken about her is her movement.
Yeah.
She's still not picked to win. Same goes for Konemitsu. On launch, what was the only thing broken about her? Her damage. It was way too much. So,
Yeah,
they just
then-
dialed down the math, and then she's balanced. Good. Leroy,
balanced now, and she's
everything
so-
about Leroy was just straight up broken. Like,
And when
why?
they balanced Fakumram, it was an entire page of the patch notes.
Yeah, totally.
They had to change almost every fucking move he had, and he's still strong.
He
And
is
Leroy's
still
still
very
kind of strong. And you know, when Lydia came out, I loved it.
Lydia was perfectly balanced other than her
Got the fucking damage. Which was
political
really high.
punish. I call it the political punish.
The political storm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I call it
yeah,
the
yeah,
political
yeah.
punish. Screw.
It's strong. It's a strong. It's
but
a strong.
it
move.
is punishable on block. It is
And it's-
punishable on block.
It's very punishable on block and very steppable, but people just keep forgetting to step and punish.
Mhm.
Not my fault if I keep using it.
Me included, as you have learned.
Yeah, as I'm. You know, and I think with Lydia, why I like Lydia so much is that she is strong. Like 100%. She's like I'd say she's near the top tournament wise
Mm.
in tiers. But she's not strong because she's OP. She's strong because she's strong.
Mm.
She's just a decent she's just a good character.
Like a lot of people are like, "Yo, what's with the frame data on her second stance?" I'm like, that's if you allow her to get the second stance. And for those
Yeah,
who
oh my
watched me
God.
fight Mariva against her Lydia several times, I have jabbed her or even comboed her, launched her out of the second stance. I
I
have
was-
done
I
that a
was fighting-
couple of times.
I was fighting this guy out of he was like a rank or two higher than me, and I was Lydia. And he was fucking launching me out of my
Second stance?
stance.
Yep.
Just out of stance, yeah.
Oh.
I mean like after first stance, when you get the second stance, they can already launch you if they read it right.
Yep.
Of course, if they don't read it right and you do something on first stance, it counter hits, which gets you launched.
Yep.
But that's the whole point. That's the mind game. That's the game of Lydia's stances.
Yep.
Do you go for the launch because you can totally launch it? Or do you not?
Do you respect it, rather?
Or do you respect it? Or do you respect it and then you have to eat the mix-up of the second stance?
Yep.
Because the second stances are always better than the first ones. But the first ones give you counter hit launches if the read is right.
Yep.
So there's a lot of fun, brain stuff that happens in Lydia's stances. And all of the moves that lead to her stances are readable moves. It's just what? 1-1-2, down forward 2, forward 2. You can with movement, you don't even get hit by those. So I think Lydia is pretty decently balanced.
She
I think
is.
a lot of
I
people-
agree. I think even on launch she was decently balanced. You just have to turn
Yeah,
down the
she-
damage a bit for some moves.
Yeah.
Some moves, not a lot.
Only some moves. And yeah, she was and still is super linear up to today, you know. And I think the guys who are just playing her like at top tier, like I know Nee plays a lot of Lydia now. I know Chikarin plays a lot of Lydia now.
One
They're
funny,
getting success out of her because she's not because she's OP, but because they're just good at her.
yeah. One funny thing. One fun fact. Do you know how most high level players measure a character's balance?
Yeah.
They're down forward 1.
Yeah.
What does
Lydia's
it do?
is-
What does it do? How many frames, range, and damage? And then they compare every other move to that.
Yeah.
You look at Lydia's down forward 1. What does it do? Just a normal hit.
Yeah.
Decent frame,
Normal.
decent damage. What's the downside? Range. It's piss poor.
Steppable.
Piss poor range and it's steppable.
This for range, steppable. It has a counter hit string, but then yeah, it's alright.
Marduk's down forward 1.
It's a lot.
Infinite horizontal range launcher. Very punishable on block. Very punishable
Yeah.
on block. So,
Super.
yeah, it's very punishable on block. Let's see. Kazuya's down forward 1. Not the fastest. He has
Super slow.
yeah, not the fastest.
It's
It ha-
slow motion.
It's not 0 or plus on block, but it's not -10 on block either. But
Yeah.
there are strings he can do afterwards, so
Yeah.
it's part of his game plan. You look at
Yes, the
Kings.
forward one. Yeah.
Kings down forward 1. Okay. King's down forward 1. It's not fast. It's not fast.
This over was good though.
It is very good. It's not fast. Decent damage. Decent poking tool because it's not easy to step.
Yep.
It is confirmable on counter hit.
Yep.
It's confirmable on counter hit. Paul's down forward 1. Paul's down forward 1. It's pretty fast. It's still sidesteppable. But he can also press back after for a mix-up.
Into stance, yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Lee has a really good down forward
yes.
one.
Lee's down forward 1 is also a tool. It's a tool.
Pretty fast, pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
If your opponent tends to sidestep right to dodge back 4, they will get caught into down forward 1 if they try to sidestep out of it.
Yeah, they step. It's a good move. It's a good down forward.
Leroy's down forward 1. Oh, it's just as OP as you'd imagine.
It's oh god, dude! It was
It's
like
fast. It hits quite hard for a DF1, and it's very safe.
it was like +3 or 4 on hit when he was on launch. It was stupid.
Yep.
It was too good. It was so strong. Even his top forward. I suddenly had flashbacks to learning about the frame data and that shit. Fuck that.
Look at Kazumi's down forward 1. Kazumi was very infamous for down forward 1. Very
Maybe
long
best in
range.
game.
Very fast. Decent damage and decent tracking. What's the downside? You can read it. Like, you can definitely counter it with the next move.
Yeah.
Alright, next question.
But it's hit confirmable on counter hit.
It is.
Oh no, not on hit.
No, it's not.
pretty
It's
easy
not. It's not hit confirmable. No, it's not hit confirmable.
Oh, not?
You have to hard read.
Oh. Okay, hard read then. Alright.
It's a bit warm here in it. Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, it
Let
is.
me.
Oh, maybe I should take off my jacket too.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Next question. Tekken 7 has introduced many well-loved mechanics and characters, as well as not so well received or straight out hated stuff. Would you like to enumerate some?
Let me think. Wait, I was trying to fix my jacket thing. Not well received or straight out hated thing.
Yep.
God, what were people really pissed about? I know Bound was weird.
Tailspin was very well loved.
Tailspin was loved because it wasn't Bound. It was the thing we wanted Bound to be.
Yep.
Bound was fucked. Like the moment, like I was playing Tekken 6 in arcades, and I was talking with I was a fucking like 12-year-old girl, and I was talking to these 30-year-old guys coming out of car dealerships, and they were telling me like, "Hey, Bob has a different wall combo than his normal Bound combo." And I was like, "Can you teach me?" And I was like, "Yeah," like and yeah, and like fucking, you could tell that there was like a difference with Bound and Tailspin. Suddenly, it was like a different experience of combo extensions.
Yep.
So I think Bound was really weird. Rage was really weird. Rage arts were very weird to get used to, honestly. Just like the concept of supers was kind of fucky. Rage drives mixed in well, because Rage drives like merged with Tekken Easy. Rage art is kind of like a weird thing to get used to, like the combo and like big supers that have armor. But then you find out that they're all launch punishable on block, and then suddenly you're like, oh, okay, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
You just block, bro.
Let's see. I'll put one of each, like one well-loved mechanic and one
I'll get the well-loved in a bit.
not so well-received or straight up hated. Well-loved mechanic, I would say for sure. You already mentioned screw attack, so I'm going to add air grab. It now gave grapplers a new identity.
Yeah.
Because before air grabs were a thing, if you memorized what buttons to press to break out of King and Armor King's chain grabs, you basically beat half the character already.
You already got, he had no counter.
You would rather take an air combo from King and Armor King instead of a chain grab. But when they added air grabs, yep. Ducking was no longer the default option against King or Armor King.
Yeah, basically.
Because their air combos hurt. A not so well received or straight out hated mechanic. Oh, it was a trend since Leroy. Unique character property.
Like weird gimmick shit.
Yeah. Like before only one character had that, and that was Claudio. And Claudio wasn't even that broken.
Claudio wasn't even that broken, and there were also still people who didn't like Starburst.
Yeah, the only thing that was broken, quote unquote, about Claudio before they nerfed it was his hop kick. His hop kick had infinite range.
It still do. It's still pretty strong.
Yeah, but it's sidesteppable though.
Yeah.
The sidestep tracking was reduced immensely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, the unique properties of Leroy and Falcon Ram, like for Leroy, I have a cane that is basically a mini rage drive. And for Falcon Ram, I have unblockables that wall splat if you block it next to a wall.
God damn it.
No bueno.
Not chill.
Yep.
If I had to think of like what did people really like in Tekken when it came out? This is a hard question, Inari. Low parry was pretty nice. I think there was a lot of people who were happy about, a high skill defensive option. Games very rarely will be like, here's a new high skill defensive option. That's not something you get every day.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of people were very happy about that. What else was there? I'm trying to think of like stuff in Tekken. Oh, Tekken 4. Wall stuff.
Oh.
I don't remember how strongly or how hated that was. I think it was like half-half.
Uh-oh. Hang on, what happened to your model? What the heck?
Did something happen to my model?
Okay.
Wait. Because the window keeps moving left to right for some reason.
Let me fix that.
To my other screen. I don't know why it did
Oh,
that.
wait, you're so pixelated. Hang on, let me fix that.
Oh no, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on?
It's alright. No panic, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me just shrink you a bit. Okay, there. 2 words. Because of Tekken 4. Laser Scraper.
You mean combos? You mean infinite?
Infinite, yeah.
Basically.
If there's one thing that Tekken prides itself in is that it never had infinites. But Tekken 4 was a different story. There were infinites in Tekken 4.
Until 4.
You know why? Because wall splats were never the end of a combo. You can re-wall splat infinitely.
Yeah, it can
Look,
keep going.
do you know what was the tier list for Tekken 4? Jin tier, high tier, which was Steve, and then everyone else.
Yeah.
That was literally the tier list.
Lee had a good infinite if he could get it to work.
Oh yeah, he can.
He had a pretty okay infinite.
Thank you for the hydrate posture check, Skull.
But yeah, fucking wall shit in Tekken 4. Like, Tekken was never the same after walls, and some people still prefer no walls to this day. Like, that's why you have, like, Infinite Azure and stuff. Because some people think of Tekken without walls as a more pure, honest Tekken.
Yeah, but I still want I still want my precious, precious Moonlit Wilderness back. I want it.
I want Moonlit Wilderness back.
Yeah.
It better be in Tekken 8. Harada, I know you're watching.
And we know that we don't
Moonlit
ask you for
Wilderness.
shit, but look, we'll give us a pass. We're not asking you for a character. We're just asking you for a stage.
Give us Moonlit Wilderness.
Give us
okay?
Moonlit Wilderness back,
Please.
please. We'll be happy.
Please,
All right.
please.
All right. Penultimate question.
Yeah.
Seeing Gauge characters in Tekken 7 has divided the community. Do you think they'll make a return in the future?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But well, if it was only up to the fan base, maybe not. But if it was up to Harada and the team, God only knows what they're gonna try. Because I don't think it's impossible to implement meter.
Yeah, I mean, like if they created someone like Leroy, who knows what they will come up with in Tekken 8, to be honest.
There's that. But then also, again, Geese was pretty okay as far as like implementations went.
Yep.
I'd take another Geese over Leroy any day.
Oh, absolutely.
And like if meter is going to be like Geese style meter, I'll think about it. But at the same time, again, it's not necessary. It's not something we need in Tekken. Again, like I said at the beginning of the talk, Tekken doesn't need to change fundamentally. Tekken's already good.
Yep.
It's really already good. Like the only thing that really needs fixing is really stuff like network problem.
Yep, totally. I agree.
Just those kinds of things, because the game itself is already cracked as shit.
Yep.
It's just making sure that it's always cracked, even online and even offline. Just stuff like that. Like, because I don't know, like, do we need what?
Pure move
tutorial?
Forgotten Realm. I have to agree on that one. But honestly, if I had to choose between Forgotten Realm and Cowardice State, I would pick Forgotten Realm.
Yeah.
At least there's a limit. You can only break the floor once per combo, but walls are a different story. You can break 3 walls in one combo string.
I like this. Have you noticed with like all of the latest maps, right? They're all the same. Balcony break or they're all balcony break.
Far wall, balcony break.
Or just balcony break, right?
And
or
Facom Ram had a floor break, but at least it only had one. And the walls were really far too.
Yeah. So I think they're realizing like balcony breaks are nice.
Yep.
Everybody likes balcony breaks.
Yep.
Wall breaks are good after the balcony break, maybe like in the jungle stage. What's it called? That's good.
Jungle. Hang on.
You got this.
I
Look,
have it.
Jungle
Outpost.
There you go.
Yep.
It just came to me at the same time. All right, but yeah, like stages like that where it's like, it's just like where you can't have too much of the fucking combo. That's tight. That's good. I think more maps should be like that shit.
All right. Now, last question, and this one is the easiest for me to answer. What do you want out of Tekken 8 or whatever the future holds for Tekken? Tekken 8, very easy. DLC characters should be no one we've seen ever.
Yeah.
Which means that Tekken 8 should do the Smash Bros. Ultimate path of everyone's in it.
Ah, boy. Didn't they do that with
Sans the Gauge characters! Sorry, Akuma and Geese mains. But at the very least, the main Tekken roster, they can probably omit guest characters like Negan, Noctis, Geese, and Akuma. But the main Tekken roster, everyone should be there. Please, everyone should be there. I want Jun back. I want...
Chaos, you're wrong.
Wait, shit. Is Jun literally the only one left? I think she is.
Let me open the Tekken tag too. stage.
Not counting the palette swaps, because Jun has a very unique move list.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to think
And
about
not counting boss characters either. So we're not counting Jinpachi and Unknown.
or earlier Jun kind of
Or-
qualifies as an early generation version. Because if
Oh,
you're counting early generation versions, there's Michelle, there's
yeah.
Bike.
Oh yeah. Bayek is not a palette swap of Warang. He has a different moveset, so yeah.
If you're
Bayek,
thinking about Bruce.
Bruce, please. Bruce, Bayek,
Honestly,
Wang,
they better
Wang
fucking
Jinrei.
bring
I
that.
have a good friend. He's a Wang main. I want Wang
Yeah,
Jinrei back.
Wang's fucking tight.
Wang,
Wang. Who else is here who isn't in Tekken 7 Gen? I don't like Jinpachi.
Yeah, no Jinpachi, no Ogre, no True Ogre, no
They're too thick. I don't want them too thick.
no
Mokujin.
Unknown. Yeah, bring back Mokujin, please.
Mokujin, bring back fucking Mokujin,
Bring
please.
back Mokujin, please.
Angel, I'm down with Angel.
Yeah, Angel's
Even if
pretty
she's
cool.
weird. I like Angel. Again, give me a waifu with an electric, please. I
Angel
will play
is not a palette swap of Devil Jin because she has different
No,
moves.
she's not.
Nope.
She has different moves. Give me Angel, please. I want to play a waifu with an electric, please, please,
Yes.
please, please, please.
Hey, I'm with you on that. Yes.
That's it. I think that's it.
Oh, no glasses. Okay, no problem.
I'm gonna put my jacket back on.
Okay, no problem. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So not many people.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's not really a lot.
Yeah, compared to what we have right now, just bring them back plus the ones you haven't brought back.
Yeah. Bring back Michelle. We need more MILFs. More MILFs. More MILFs. More MILFs. Bring back Jun. More MILFs. Come on. Back me up, chat.
Hey man, I'm 100% with you on that one. Totally,
Yeah.
please.
Make
'cause-
Tiger at least the costume. I like the afro.
Kazumi's replacement had better be a MILF.
She better be a
Please.
fucking
Better be a
girl. Come
MILF.
on. Give it.
Alright. And that's it. Oh my god, I
Yeah.
actually ended an episode of Try and Talk on time. We actually hit the 2-hour mark for this one.
Yay! Oh, Roger. I almost forgot Roger.
Oh yeah, Roger, yeah.
Roger Jr. Let's put the fucking kangaroo in the game.
Bring back Slim Bob, maybe as a costume.
Whoa,
Why? But why?
fucking hitboxes are gonna be weird. He can't be a costume.
Could you imagine this forward 1+2? It's a phantom 1+2.
Fucking Slim Bob.
What is he gonna eat? What is he gonna eat you with? Nothing, air. Speed and speed. Power of speed and speed.
He uses forward 1+2 and it just
Air.
He just-
That's what it
it
is. Air.
it just makes him sad. Like he just gets bummed out.
Oh my god.
That's what the move does. You just make him sad. Do you wanna make Slim Bob sad? Don't
Oh
put
my
Slim
god.
Bob
Please
in
god,
Tekken
no.
8. Don't put Slim Bob in Tekken 8. But yeah, honestly, Tekken 7 had a shit ton of characters.
Yeah, that
And-
they did.
There's only a couple left that people feel like they're missing. And like, you know what? Even if fucking Tekken 8 is just like the same models, I don't even mind, dude. They're nice models. I don't care if it looks the same. I really don't care. I just want it to play smoother. In fact, I will happily tell them to use like the same like engine and same everything, same model, same stages if it means that it's easier for them to make better netcode.
Yeah, I agree. Totally.
I would rather get the same fucking everything if it means better netcode. You don't understand, chat. It's that important. Honestly, if they released Tekken 8 and they said, look, it's just Tekken 7 again, but the netcode's better, the fandom, they would rejoice.
Or I don't know if they just use the same engine that they used with Tekken Tag 2 because they already have it.
That was a good engine.
Yeah, it was a
That's
good engine.
right.
They just bring the mechanics of Tekken 7, put it there, boom, you're good.
Yeah, baby. Easy. Easy money.
Alrighty, that's it. That's it. Oh my god, thank you so much for those who tuned in. But we are not, technically, we're not done yet because we still have a little event after this. Mariva and I are going to
play Tekken.
Play Tekken. We're gonna do a set. Yes, we're.
Did you really think we could talk about Tekken for an extended period of time and not play
and
Tekken?
not do a set? Yeah, no way.
Come on.
If we're going to do a set, and honestly, I don't know. Fine. Let's decide now. How much energy do you have left?
If I can get some food from dinner, then I could have decent energy.
So 1st to 10 levels of energy?
Probably.
Alright, let's do this. So we are going to do a 1st to 10.
Yeah, let's go.
1st to 10, we're locked in with our characters from the start to the beginning. Alright, so when are you good? Because I just need a quick break as well.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Alright, 10-minute break. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream here because I need to set up as well. So I'll see you all later in 10 minutes.
Sprinkle Star, you can send me food whenever you want. Just send me food.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
I'll start my own stream too. So if you want, yeah. Thank you for having me on, Inari, and I'll see you in the fight.
Yes.
Bye.